Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's review is basically following up from last week's review. It's still part of the whole college thing, learning new things, learning about books you haven't heard before, or at least I hadn't heard before, and then finding out about now. I was like, where was this when I wanted to read more? But maybe it's because it wasn't exactly very easy to find. Fortunately, it is a lot easier now. It is on Kindle, just like last week's, which was The Orchard Secret, Art and Blake. This week, I have Linda Carlton on Kindle. Air Pilot. Yes, Linda Carlton. Girl Who Wanted to Become a Pilot by Edith Lavell. And just like Art and Blake's stories, so far the Linda Carlton series is on Kindle at a pretty expensive price. If you are interested in finding out more about a girl who likes to fly, definitely check this out. The mystery in this one doesn't quite seem as much of a mystery, and it felt more like Linda was just, happening upon the right place at the right time. Sure, she went out to look, but it was like a bunch of circumstances that just helped to lead her to the final conclusion. So, it was still a pretty good mystery. For the most part, there were some things, like I said, I was just like, okay, that doesn't quite fit. But, besides that, it's pretty good. It's a little different from other mystery series, obviously, because the lead wants to fly, she wants to take to the air, and it's described as kind of tomboyish, even though she does like dressing up and going out to parties with her friends. So, it's kind of, if George was the lead in her story, or her own story, with a mix of Nancy, that would be the best way to describe Linda Carlton, to an extent. She still shows some of that old time feminine paintingness or daintiness, if you will. And it's not like super bad where she's like fainting all the time, but there is one, it's at least one time where she's just like, okay, I need to take a step back from this. But she is still stubborn and determined, so still all those Nancy qualities in there. And again, this is the first book in this series, so later mysteries might be a little bit more different, considering the fact that this first, story is basically introducing you to all the characters in the series, showing you how each word in relation each person is. This book starts off with her graduating high school, and she gets a plane as a present for it, so, and then, then of course the regular mystery. I do try to keep things spoiler free, so that way hopefully I will entice you to read it. I do hope you go and read this. I have started on the second book, which is her Ocean Flight, I think is what it's called. I do know the word ocean is in it, but I think it's called Ocean Flight. And of course she's traveling over the ocean. There are lots of references to Lindbergh, of course. She's Lindy. And then another thing is that this is going to be Also in reference to the Orchard Secret from last week, this is also getting a rewrite. I'm going to be, well, not exactly a rewrite, it's getting a fanfiction and an update, a modern update. And her story is actually going to be shared with the two guys that from the books that I'm reviewing in the next 2 weeks. More into that later. Well, at least more into them. I don't want to give too much away. But yes, she is going to be sharing with 2 guys. She's not going to be the only female in the series, obviously, because several of her own friends and their friends are going to be included in this series. Arden Blake is going to Cedar Ridge because she's going into the more the liberal arts and stuff like that. Linda Carlton, in keeping with her character, she, instead of wanting to become an airplane pilot, she wants to become an astronaut. So that's going to be her update, and so that's why she's going to Sanford. They are going to be, and that's another reason why the other 2 characters are going to be boys, because back in the days, I think Linda was one of the few girl characters we had, besides Nancy, obviously, who really knew how to fly a plane. And in this book, it's even mentioned, wanting to fly a plane is a very masculine, what was the word they used now? Desire, I guess you could say. Anyways, they termed it as very masculine. So the next 2 books are going to obviously have male characters. I am not going to really gender bend any of these characters. I'm going to keep them as is, as the names are given to me, and their personalities and their traits, as in the original books. I might include a few original characters that I've created just to, give a little bit more variety. It's not like one of the books seems particularly devoid. I don't want to say devoid, but it's aimed more at boys than a general audience. The other one has got more females involved. That's the main one that I'm going to be pulling majority of the other secondary female characters. Linda's definitely going to be the main lead, obviously, with these other 2 boys. And going to have this trio. And so Linda is going to be introduced first, because she was in the 30s. The other 2, kind of. I know one is. The second one, I think the second series was written later. It has to be because they were comparing it to Tom Swift. So that one had to have been later. Yeah, it had to have been, because there was more in depth with the space travel, while as in the other book that was definitely in the 30s, which also had a TV series based on it. Again, more when I get to that series, or at least the first book. Theirs seems almost more fantastic. More sci-fi, if you will. But anyways, so Linda Carlton. Definitely an interesting and loads of fun. And like I said, this mystery doesn't quite feel this like the same kind of a mystery as you would get to with a Nancy Drew. Again, I think it's mainly because it's just introducing the characters in the series and getting you acquainted with everyone, at least the major players. I've only just started on the 2nd book in the series, so I'll have to come back to you on my thoughts on that. and the mystery on that. I mean, besides that, this book was a pretty fun read. You know, definitely kept you turning the pages. I was definitely turning the pages, and I think that's the main thing. What you want from your books is keeping those pages turning. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much all I can say. If you're wondering if, you know, there's like any particularly bad words in it, I didn't see any in this one, so I guess you could say it's mostly a clean slate. So, yeah, it's particularly for that time, and I'm sure there's obviously going to be some prejudices that come to show through, but it's mostly classism rather than anything else. And yeah, that's the main thing. But other than that, it is still a pretty good read, kind of like Nancy, and it's got airplanes. So if you've got your child who likes Nancy Drew and wants to read about a girl who flies airplanes at the same time as she solves mysteries, well, there you go. Check out Linda Carlton. I mean, heck, just check her out, period. She's a lot of fun. But if you don't think this is your type of book, that's fine. I'm sure there's another one out there that is. Thanks for coming by. Hope you enjoy. Continue to watch as I, well, obviously continue to reveal more about these fanfics that I'm trying to do. Oh, before I leave, let me mention that Linda's mystery, whereas Arden had A Secret of Sprite Society, Linda's first one is The Mystery of the Monoplane's Mission. I hope you keep an eye out for that. Again, links to my profile will be in the description below, as the first chapter has yet to be posted. I hope to have that posted by the end of this month, in which case or at least hopefully by the 4th review of this month, I might hurry up and read either one of, or both even, the second books in both Linda Carlton's and Arden Blake's, and then post the reviews of those and have the links to both of the fanfictions in the description boxes of those. But until then, I'll post the links to my Wattpad Archive of Our Own and fanfiction accounts. So, again, thanks for coming by. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, and share if you can, if you want, please. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping by. Have a wonderful day, stay safe, and God bless.